Welcome back to another edition of Southern Fried Cajun. Today is January the 11th, 2021, and tonight is the national championship game against Alabama against Ohio State. So what better way to celebrate a ball game than to have a little chili? So let's go with the ingredients of what we got. Okay, we've got 2 pounds of 90% lean ground beef. You can use any percentage you like, whatever's best for you. This is ground sirloin. 2 14-ounce cans of diced tomatoes, 2 14-ounce cans of tomato sauce, a 6-ounce can of tomato paste, 2 cans of ranch-style beans, and I'm going to add a can of black beans to mine. I just like the color that it adds. We've got 2 yellow onions, green bell pepper, a poblano pepper, that's hard to say, 2 jalapenos, and 4 cloves of garlic. Okay, for our spices, we've got some Cajun seasoning, some Slap Your Mama, garlic salt, some paprika, some ground cumin, cayenne pepper, bay leaves, and some chili powder. And in the little package there, I've got some dried ancho chili peppers. We're going to toast those to start with. I like the way it brings out the earthiness of the chili, adds a lot of flavor to the chili. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to toast our ancho chilies. I've got them, took all the seeds out, most all of them, and just going to break these up into just small 1-inch pieces or so. And what we're doing is just toasting these. Don't put anything in the pot, no oil. All you're doing is toasting the peppers. Brings out the oils in the peppers. This has a really good earthy taste to me. Of course, you don't have to add these. All spices are optional, except for I would stick with at least the cumin and the chili pepper, maybe a little cayenne pepper. Okay. Got this on pretty high heat. You just want to keep an eye on them, you just don't want to burn them. They'll start to smoke a little bit, and that's fine. When we get these toasted, we're going to set them aside, let them cool off a little bit, and then we're going to put them in the food processor with the rest of our spices and blend those together, turn this into more of a granular form. Like I've said before, that's the best thing I like about cooking is the smells. You can tell when things start to get done by the smell of it. And I can't even smell that good, that well. Okay, you can see them starting to smoke just a little bit, so that's fine. We'll give them another minute or two. Just don't want to burn them. All right. About 5 minutes or so. We'll turn off our fire. Let that sit for a few minutes. And we'll get started on sauteing some vegetables. Okay, I've got my pan on the stove. Got it on medium heat. Add a little bit of vegetable oil. About a half a teaspoon. All right, let's add our vegetables. And remember, we only added 1 jalapeno. We seeded it, chopped it up. I've got the other one over here on the side. We're gonna add it later. It's just chopped up with the seeds and everything. I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes. We won't saute these that long. Probably about half of that, and then we're going to add some tomato sauce or tomato paste. But we want to make sure we get them good and soft. Okay, our vegetables have been sauteing for about 7 minutes right now. So they're coming along nicely. I've got my other pan over here heating up with some olive oil in it. And we'll put the ground beef in there and start browning that here in a minute. There we go. Don't forget about your vegetables. You don't want them burned to the bottom. Turn that down to about medium. This being 90% lean, hopefully there won't be too much fat in it. We could drain some off if we need to. But usually it'll cook down and start drying out a little bit. Burn off some of that oil. Okay, these have been sauteing for about 10-12 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add our tomato paste. And this is a 6-ounce can. Best way I found to get this out is cut both ends of the can off. And it'll come right out. Of course, you got to get that lid. Get that stirred in, incorporated. You want to continue to saute this for another 10-15 minutes. You will start to get some of it sticking to the bottom. That's okay. We're going to add a little water at the end, kind of deglaze the pan. That'll take care of any of that. You can feel those vegetables are really starting to soften up. And I think we're going to be okay. There's not much fat in the bottom of this, just a little bit. We'll call that flavor. Turn that down to low till our vegetables are ready to put in. You can see some of the tomato paste sticking to the bottom of the pan. You just don't want to burn it. I've got it down pretty low now. You see it will still come up. Okay, this time I'm going to add all my spices, my Cajun seasoning, my ground up anchovies, and I'm just going to add that to the meat. Make sure you stir it around good, get that all incorporated into the meat. You can really smell the different chilies that are in there. All right, we're going to add a cup of cold water to these. I'm going to add just a little at a time. Maybe about half. Stir that around. Get all that up off the bottom of the pan. Add the rest of our water. Just stir that around. Okay, I'm going to dump these in with the meat. I'm going to turn that one off. We'll move this pan over to here so we can see a little better. Incorporate Separate your vegetables in there. Here's your second jalapeno that we chopped up, seeds and all. So we'll go ahead and add that. Starting to smell a lot like chili. All right, here's 1 can of our diced tomatoes. Maybe a second. Our tomato sauce. I like to run a little water in the can, swish it around, get all the excess off the sides of the can. Go ahead and turn up the fire. We want to get this up. Okay, and our 2 cans of ranch style beans. If you don't want beans in your chili, then by all means, you can leave these out. I do have a can of black beans I'm going to add to this, but I'm going to wait for about an hour after we simmer this for about an hour before I add those. I'll drain those. I'm not going to put the juice from the can inside of the chili, just the beans itself. Only other thing left is oh, it broke. A couple of bay leaves. Okay, we're going to bring this up to a high simmer, then we'll cover it and lower the fire down and let this cook for a couple hours. Come back about every 15-20 minutes and give it a stir. Okay, we're just at an hour. We're going to take a look at it. Got a little simmer going on. We'll give it a good stir. Smells really great. Okay, these are my can of black beans that I've drained and washed. I like the black beans just because they add a little bit of color. I'm not really sure how much taste they add. And there we go. 1 more hour to go. Okay, been about 2 hours. let's check it and see what we got. I'll go ahead and turn that fire off. That looks really good. I just like the black beans because they add a little color to the chili. Doesn't really matter. Do it how you like. We got some sour cream and some sharp cheddar cheese. It'd be great with rice, but I always prefer saltine crackers. That's the way I grew up eating chili, so that's my go-to. But anyway, if you like what you see, give it a try. Like us, share us, and we'll see you next time.